In this video, I'm going to share my experience with a new home construction company that, in my opinion, was one of the most deceitful and unprofessional companies I've ever worked for. Trust me, you'll want to stick around until the end to find out who it was. Hey guys, Rob here, your go-to real estate advisor in the Triangle. Now, over the years, I've had the privilege of working with some amazing people and top-notch home builders. But today, I'm going to tell you about one company that completely stands out for all the wrong reasons. Unlike all the other builders I've worked with, I didn't just work with this company, I actually worked for them. And what I experienced behind the scenes was shocking, to say the least. Are you ready to find out who they were? Stick around until the end. YouTube, let's talk. So here's how it all started. I came across a job posting for an in-home sales consultant position with a home builder, and the perks looked pretty good. So I thought, why not? I applied, and within 2 weeks, I received a contract offer. The pay was higher than expected, and there were some other attractive perks. This couldn't have come at a better time. In 2022, it had been a tough year for my real estate business. So I decided to take the plunge. I was sent all the details via email, and they even had me sign an NDA, agreeing not to talk about the inner workings of the company. I signed it, and the next thing I knew, I was attending orientation. There I met another new sales consultant, and we left that day feeling optimistic. The opportunity seemed promising, but as soon as we started the training, things took a turn. Week 1 was filled with red flags. We were promised certain perks in our contract, but when it came time to claim them, the company completely brushed us off. To make matters worse, there was constant chatter in the office between engineers, home builders, and inspectors. It wasn't exactly the collaborative environment we were led to believe. In fact, we overheard a lot of negative talk, including jokes about people getting chopped from the team and arguments between staff members. By week 2, things got worse. Higher ups were openly complaining about our sales manager, the very person who hired us. They called him lazy and unmotivated, and not long after, we witnessed a heated argument between him and one of the executives. The following day, he was fired. Just like that, we were left without a sales manager and without direction, since we were still in training. In his place, a land acquisition specialist stepped in as a temporary sales manager. At this point, the situation felt like a sinking ship. Then came the real kicker. During week 2, one of the higher-ups told me to outright lie to a client about when materials would be arriving for her home build. I was instructed to tell her that everything was on schedule, even though that wasn't the case at all. When I did, she lit into me. What shocked me was when she mentioned, "You're probably the 10th sales consultant or agent I've spoken to, and I bet you won't be around next week." So at this time, I got really worried. And that's when I started to dig into the company's history, and what I found was alarming. quick Google search revealed that the company had a mere 2.5-star rating with multiple past clients, calling out the same issues: lies, deceptions, and unprofessional behavior. It wasn't just the clients. My coworker and I were both worried about losing our licenses with the North Carolina Real Estate Commission. If we continued working for such a company, that was our biggest fear. During week 3, I caught COVID. After a bit of back and forth, they allowed me to work from home. While working remotely, I did some digging and tried to stay optimistic despite all the red flags. I hoped the company would turn things around. They even implemented a system to get higher Google reviews, asking future clients to rate their experience immediately. That raised their rating to a whopping 3.4 stars, but the tension within the company was palpable. By now, 3 people that I've known in the office had been fired, and the pressure was building on us to sell homes in a new subdivision. One of the higher-ups even asked for our opinions on why the homes weren't selling. We pointed out that the prices were too high for the market in the area, but our input was shot down immediately. Fast forward to the end of week 3, when the acting sales manager went on vacation with no one to give us direction. I took the weekend to relax, but when week 4 rolled around, we received an email that a new sales manager had been hired. The new sales manager reached out to us, and we were told to meet her in the office. And my coworker, she jokingly said, I wonder if we're getting fired today. But I brushed it off. We hadn't even finished our training, right? We were still going through orientation and all that. So in my mind, there was no way we were going to be let go, right? Well, I was wrong. My coworker was called in first. She came out a few minutes later, red-faced, and said, "They fired me." My heart sank. This wasn't just bad, it was, to me, wrong. Then it was my turn to enter the office. The sales manager told me I wasn't performing my job properly, and just like that, I too was fired. I was furious. I stormed out of the office. I told them how messed up the whole situation was. I couldn't believe the deceit I had witnessed and the way the company treated its employees and clients. I opened the door on my way out and said, as I exited, I opened the door back up and I said, I hope this company goes to hell. So you stuck around me this long and you're probably wondering, so who's the company? Well, this video probably will get taken down because I have been sent manila envelopes time and time again before when I tried to leave posts that didn't reflect positively on the company. Now, those posts weren't just negative posts to try and make the company look bad. No, it was me telling the truth of what I had witnessed. So I guess I've kept you guys wondering long enough, just who was this new home builder that gave not only me, but most of their employees and quite a few of their clients such a hard time? Well, drum roll, please. The name of that company was Gray Wolf Homes. Now, words are powerful. I said was Gray Wolf Homes. The reason I said was is because that company closed its doors in 2024. May of 2024, actually. And needless to say, they didn't say we're making so much money we're going to close. No, I'm pretty sure it was because of the way they treated their employees, their clients, that they had no other choice but to close their doors. So I guess you could say that's karma coming back to bite them in their new home building arses. Now, the company's been around since 2015, so I mean, not every single person, I would imagine, had a horrible time dealing with this company. They did actually do a good job on some. I think what may have happened is we simply caught them on the back end when they were maybe looked at numbers and they saw the math wasn't mathing, so they somewhat panicked, and this was the end result. All right, guys, this concludes today's video. Thank you for joining me. You could have been anywhere in the world, but you chose to be here with me. I appreciate that. So if you want to know who I like, whom I've worked with and not for, that is a reputable new home builder here in North Carolina, Lennar Homes, you should watch the video with them because I did a tour searching for homes that are under $400,000. That video is coming up next.